Today, Riot launched Ask Valorant, where they addressed community concerns surrounding Radianite, a lack of balance in matchmaking, new guns, and a forfeit option. Yo, what's good guys? It's your boy Reets, and today we're going to check out the very first ever Ask Valorant. Riot have said that they're going to collect our questions and answer a few every other week. And I don't know about you guys, but I reckon it's awesome to see Riot getting involved with the community and answering the questions that we want answers to. One of today's topics is something that I've been desperate for since the game's launch. But before we get into that, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm making Valorant videos weekly and I'd love to see you on the next one. I'm going to be covering future Ask Valorants, so drop a like if today's video is something you enjoy. Now let's get stuck in. The first question that Riot addresses is why can't I earn Valorant points in the Battle Pass instead of Radianite points? Joe Lee, revenue lead for Valorant, says their goal for the Battle Pass is for it to be the highest value product they offer, and this value should be the reason for buying it, rather than getting enough currency to buy the next one. He also adds that if they added Valorant points as an incentive, they'd hurt their ability to fund their long-term vision for the Battle Pass. So I guess it comes down to money, and Riot's plans to generate revenue. I guess that's pretty fair. $10 is about average for a Battle Pass, and Riot do have a history of making awesome cosmetics, or as Joe put it, compelling. And let me tell you, I got compelled into spending a lot of money on League of Legends back in the day. But what do you guys think? Do you think it's fair Riot aren't letting you earn Valorant points in the first Battle Pass? And do you think the first Battle Pass is worth $10? Let me know down in the comments. Joe also touched on Riot's long-term plans for Radianite, and how you'll be able to spend it to buy more gun buddies, upgraded player cards and sprays, in addition to what is currently just weapon skin upgrades. Riot are also planning to offer ways to spend Radianite points on content that is unlocked within the Battle Pass. That's awesome news. I think my biggest concern for Radianite, and I'm sure a lot of the communities, was the fact that you could only spend it on skins that come in $70 weapon packs. There was no other way to use it. Whilst Joe mentioned that it will take time for this to come, I cannot wait to see what they offer in the Battle Pass, maybe even in the next one, that you can spend Radianite on. Next up, we have Ian Fielding and Yaelin Hay addressing players' concerns around matchmaking and how some unrated games are starting to feel really unbalanced. They said that they wanted unrated mode to be a place where players can play with their friends regardless of the skill disparity between them, but this can sometimes lead to matches feeling less fair. They have taken steps at the cost of a moderate increase to queue times in order to reduce the average disparity in matches, and hope this leads to matches feeling more balanced. Any perceived matchmaking issues should be less prevalent in Rated when it's released, as you'll be limited to playing with friends within 2 tiers of your rank. Ian and Yi-Ling go on to note that they track a lot of data in regards to match balance and skill disparity, and so far haven't found any huge balance issues. I personally haven't experienced many lopsided games in the opening few weeks, but I'll be interested to see how matchmaking goes next week when Rated is released. Preeti Kanolka, a producer for Valorant, then tackles the question of whether there are any short-term plans to release any new guns. The short answer is no, but she does mention that it isn't out of the question, as Riot will be monitoring gun balance through the many players playing the game, and they'll be sure to keep an eye on potential gaps in the arsenal that could be filled in the coming months. On to the final question, and my favourite of the whole post. Ian Fielding is asked, is there going to be an option to surrender in Valorant? Drumroll please. Yes! And I know what you're thinking, no, I'm not someone that usually likes to give up, but it has been so frustrating the first few weeks, playing 4 and sometimes 3v5s because someone's abandoned the match early. I don't know whether it's people that are just trying the game and have got frustrated, or whether it's people whose computers have crashed, but it's incredibly tough even with the mechanics of extra money and the ult orbs in your spawn, and it would be so nice to just abandon the game if it happens early on. I'll be really interested to see how they implement it, but I hope as soon as someone abandons, there's an option to do so. And that's it, the first Ask Valorant. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys next time. Happy fragging. Peace.